Gotta aim for the top like, hold up. Yeah, I can never doubt myself, I know better. All of you critics be acting like you know better. Blowing the smoke, but I know when the dust settles that I'm in my element, it's evident that there's levels to the game. All of those dark nights I got then, breaking my back to make it out, got me feeling like rain. I ain't never need your help, I know you wishing me well. A penny for your thoughts, but seeing no change. I snap for the sun like Diddy, the riches got a mad ass son, I'm like Billy. I ain't never switch up, whole team with me, putting on for my city like OAGZ. Set the pace as long as you finish, consumers find a way inside your business. Babble if they try to dabble in it and they hate the fact that they may have to witness. You try to aim for the top like this and you're in your element with a fire like this, and they hoping you fall and they praying you miss, but it's all in the risk. I got you with the switch, you know I'm in the zone. Give me the throne. One shot, that's all that you got. That's all that I know. Foot on the gas, 155 on the road. You could be a friend of me, an enemy. Keep that same old energy, cause I know.
Hello and welcome to another edition of the Printing Money Podcast, a Super Bowl edition. Let's go, Big Al. How about them Niners, baby? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Look at my phone. Look at that. Oh, it's Brock Purdy and McCaffrey and Debo. That's my background on my phone.
It's sick, bro. Must be nice to live vicariously through me, you know? Bang, bang, Niner gang. We did it. It was not pretty, folks. You saw the Detroit game 24-7 at halftime, but our confidence never wavered. Our swagger never stopped, and we went out and we personified excellence and greatness in the second half. We looked like a team that has been here before. We looked like a team that was well coached. We looked like a team that was prepared for the moment. Veteran leadership. Brock Purdy was everything that we needed him to be and more. I don't care about the stat line. I'm tired of the haters. The dude's face is on the sphere right now. So, think what you want. I want Brock Purdy to be my quarterback. I'll tell you that. The Lions look like a team that is not quite ready yet, which is exactly what we said they were going to be, right? They're young. They've got a lot of talent. Jared Goff played an amazing game. I think Dan Campbell's a phenomenal coach. He's a little too aggressive at times. We saw a little bit of that, and then we saw him try to tweak it back and be not aggressive enough. And it just looked like a team that had a little bit of an experience. It looked like the team that we had when we lost to the Rams at SoFi. Yeah. It looked like the team that we had last year against the Eagles, who couldn't face the adversity of losing Purdy. And I'm not saying you should be able to face the adversity of losing and going down to a four-string quarterback, but the defense could have played better. We could have tried. We didn't have to just give up out there. And we could have done that again, Championship Sunday. We could have just gave up down 24-7, looking like things were bleak and over. And we didn't. We rose to the occasion, and we dug deep, and we got it done. I think that's going to propel us into a Super Bowl. I feel pretty good about the fact that you have a team that under Kyle Shanahan does not come back at all. And then they win back-to-back playoff games where they look like they were dead in both. Give me that team right now this Sunday. That's the team I want. What say you, Big Al?
I'm with you on that one. Bang, bang, Niner gang.
Yeah, look, Patrick Mahomes is obviously Patrick Mahomes. 73% of the money right now rolling in on the Chiefs. And I get it. I understand that people would rather lose money backing Patrick Mahomes than lose money backing Brock Purdy. It just feels better, right? They get to look at their friends and go, yeah, I lost, man, but I bet Mahomes under 3. I don't have a choice, right? What am I supposed to do? It's like, you could just bet Brock and win. I don't know. You could just bet Brock and win would be fine.
Yeah.
So
that's all you do.
I don't think this game is that complicated from a breakdown standpoint. I really don't. I'm sure you guys have been listening to, whatever source of information on the Super Bowl already for 2 straight weeks. You know what the breakdown is on this game. Can Brock Purdy handle the scale? Is he ready for the big time? Can Kyle Shanahan finally get over the Achilles heel and win the big one? Can the dominant force that is Patrick Mahomes be stopped? Is he really going to cement his legacy as the next Tom Brady? All of these are the questions everyone's been asking. And the fact is, look, he's going to go down as the GOAT or the GOAT 1A no matter what happens in this game. Okay, first of all, right, he's been in the league for 6 years. He's went to 6 AFC Championship games and 4 Super Bowls. He could retire tomorrow, not even play this damn game, and some people would call him the GOAT. So sitting here and debating Patrick Mahomes' status off of what happens on Sunday is ridiculous. It's a sport where 22 players take the field on offense and defense. You've got a whole lot more on special teams. There's 53 people on the roster. There's a lot that happens. You can't put the game on one man. And you're not going to put it on one man on the other side in Brock Purdy either. And the fact is the 49ers are just stacked. Absolutely stacked with talent in ways the Chiefs absolutely are not.
True. I mean, and the Chiefs don't have one of their top linemen too. Tooney, right? He's out as well. So,
not only is he out, they average less than 3 yards a carry with Pacheco as their starting running back with him out of the game against Baltimore. The only reason they beat the Baltimore Ravens is because Lamar Jackson literally walked in, took a time portal, and went back to being a rookie. He forgot everything he learned to do on offense this year. He completely just abandoned the run. I've never seen him abandon the run. He just decided, I'm not running the football. I can only pass to these guys. He tried to win the game with his arm. It's not like the Chiefs did anything in the second half. That wasn't that great of a football game. The week before was more about the Buffalo Bills than it was about the Chiefs. The week before that was more about the Dolphins than it was about the Chiefs. And quite frankly, I guess that's what I'm going to be sitting here saying. If come Monday, Patrick Mahomes wins another Super Bowl, it'll be more about what the Niners didn't do than the Chiefs. And at some point, I guess it does have to be about the Chiefs. But I'm not there yet. I don't see it, man. I think Mahomes is amazing. I'm not sold on the Kansas City Chiefs roster. I'm just not sold.
But they don't have the weapons the Niners do. Niners have way better weapons, more options for Brock Purdy. I mean, you have CMC, and man, CMC's the best running back in the league. And then you have Kittle, you have Debo, you have Ayuk, even Juszczyk. Juszczyk's a sleeper. Jawan Jennings, another. I mean, you have talent. So outside of the three main guys, you still got talent. The Chiefs got Kelsey and Rashee Rice. I mean, that's it. So if the Niners eliminate Kelsey, then you got to depend on Rice. You got to depend on MVS. You got to depend on Noah Gray. I mean, okay, give me the Niners and that kind of talent. I mean, I just don't see. I mean, yeah, betting against Mahomes is so hard to do, but Niners have just a better team overall. They're just a better team, and I feel technically they have the better defense. And statistically wise, they have the better defense. And historically, when the better defense is usually wins Super Bowls. It is how it is. So I mean, I like Niners a lot, man. I'm really stoked about this game.
So there are two things I think that matter in this game that people are talking about, but not really talking about enough. And to me, it's not just the San Francisco 49ers have the better overall defense than the Kansas City Chiefs. They have the star power to make adjustments the Chiefs can't make. Where are the Chiefs weak? We keep talking about everything the Kansas City Chiefs do well. Patrick Mahomes, yeah, I get it. He's the damn GOAT. Andy Reid might be the greatest of all time at what he does too. Travis Kelce is the greatest tight end of all time. I got it. I understand that. I have no problems with any of the three of them. That's not enough to beat the San Francisco 49ers. Look, to beat the San Francisco 49ers, you have to be able to cover the middle of the field. Why did the Detroit Lions have a chance to beat the San Francisco 49ers? Same thing with Green Bay. Both of those teams cover the middle of the field well. They take away what we want to do well. What do we like to run? Deep post, deep slant, outs, ins, dinks, dunks, 15, 20, 25 yards deep down the middle with blocks. And then we set that up with screenplays, etc. to get your linebackers to move to the outside. Then we got CMC running little Texas stunt routes, coming across the middle, Juszczyk's coming behind them. We set up blockers out in front. We get a lot of yak. This is the 49ers offense. It's West Coast all the way you could possibly put it through with the Shanahan run scheme system. It's amazing. They have linebackers that can match up with that position. The Kansas City Chiefs don't. The Kansas City Chiefs linebacking position is horrible.
Nick Bolton's not bad. Nick Bolton's probably their best linebacker, but he's not bad.
He's covering George Kittle now.
I mean, he'll keep cover now.
He's going one-on-one with CMC in the slot.
No chance. No chance. Not CMC.
He's covering Debo when Debo comes across. No, they're not covering him. They're too slow. They're too slow. The fact of the matter is this game is in a dome. It's not in rain. There's no issues other than they're going to have another grass field rollout for the second frickin' Super Bowl in a row. We're going to have cleat problems. I guess that can help Kansas City. But it could also hurt them the other way. If they have a cleat issue, we're gone. Every single player on the Niners could break a touchdown 60 yards out. Mm-hmm. Every single player. They don't have the skill position to cover these guys in man defense, which the Kansas City Chiefs play at a top 5 rate. They don't have the ability to cover in man defense. Brock Purdy averages 50% more yards against man defense. Why is that? Because he's not fighting a zone. He's not fighting a read. He's getting it to a man in space who at all times, no matter who it is, very, very, very rare exception, is the best athlete in that equation. When I get the ball to Debo in space, he's a better athlete than whoever's facing across him. So is Kittle, so is CMC, so is Juszczyk, so is Trent Williams. I could do this all day. We have athletes all the way across the board.
Yep.
The Chiefs have Hall of Fame players. They're not athletes. This game is about nothing other than sheer physical, overbearing. Just the Niners are going to just will their way to this win. They're going to out-physical, outrun, out-hustle, out-athlete the Kansas City Chiefs in this football game.
Yep, I agree. That's not what I have no way of arguing anything you just said or now. I can't, because it's 100% facts.
Yeah. So look, the fact of the matter is, let's get into the actual breakdown of this matchup. What did you bet? What do you like? I know we like the Niners overall. We made that obvious to the audience here. But this is the Super Bowl, man. We've got so many freaking bets in. It's incredible. We've got statistical data behind all of them. So start to break it down for me, big man.
Yeah, so I'm on the Niners preseason. I had them to win the Super Bowl. I had them to go play the Ravens. Obviously, it didn't work out, but I was all over the Niners to win the Super Bowl. I had them to win it. Got them at plus 370. Got them again at plus 250 around week 6, I think it was. So I really like the Niners to win this game. I liked them from the start. Even right now, the line out -2. I'm all over the Niners. One of my favorite bets is Niners team total over first quarter, 3.5, and over 11.5 first half. I do believe this game, first quarter, will be 7-7. So I actually even bet the Chiefs to score over 3.5 first quarter. I really like that 7-7 score. Just something about that. Just feel like it's going to be 7-7 first quarter. I like that a lot. So I did lay on both teams to go over 3.5 first quarter team total. And first half, like I said, Niners 11.5, Chiefs at 10.5. I bet both sides as well. My score prediction on the first half is I like 21-14, with the Chiefs actually winning, being up on the first half. I think Niners have been started off slow. They lost the playoff games. I think it continues. I think Chiefs come out taking a lead, and come halftime, Niners pour it on and really lay it out on the Chiefs and score more points and take a lead and hold it. So I'm all over the team totals in the first quarter, first half. I'm also with the Chiefs plus 7.5 to the over 41 in a teaser. I said Niners win this game, but I don't think they cover that 7 points. I think that 7.5 you're getting with the Chiefs is such a good number. I just don't see how the Chiefs can lose this game by more than a touchdown. So I like I said, my final score prediction, 37-31. That's my prediction for the final score. So I'm riding with the team totals, first quarter, first half, and a teaser on the Chiefs in the over.
That's certainly one way to attack this game, right? I mean, the fact of the matter is, I don't see a world where the Kansas City Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes can lose the Super Bowl by more than 8 points. I don't think it's fathomable, reasonable, possible. The Niners have played well enough, etc. I just don't see a world where Mahomes ever loses by that. The worst case scenario, they're down by 2 touchdowns in garbage time, and he's absolutely getting a freaking garbage time touchdown every time. He's Patrick Mahomes. They're not losing by more than the touchdown. So I love a tease to KC. I actually did something a little different. I teased it to where I took the over 41 and the under 53. I don't think the game gets to as many points as you want, because I think there were just jitters on both sides. There are going to be jitters and nervousness from Brock. There's going to be jitters and nervousness from the young wide receiving core of the Chiefs. You've got guys filling in at some positions. You've got just, it's a expectation game where both teams, franchises, and ownership companies thought they should be here, right? We kind of got the Super Bowl everyone really thought it would be, other than the Ravens, right? It was really only those 3 teams. The Niners, for sure, have expectations, and no one else was coming out in the NFC, right? No one thought anyone else was coming out in the NFC. I'm not saying they didn't have a chance to. The Lions certainly could have won that game. But the Detroit fans and people wanting the Lions to win that game, no one was really predicting the Lions to win that game. You were getting 7.5. 7.5. No one really thought the Lions were winning the game. Come on. So the expectations and the pressure of what this moment is supposed to be, and Kyle Shanahan, how many times his teams have choked in these moments, I think play a big portion in the first half of football. I agree. I think the Chiefs, calm, cool, collected, Big Red, come out, take a lead. And I think the Niners do what they've done the entire time. They wear on you. They wear you out. CMC starts to get more and more yards. They start to roll. They get a little bit of a rhythm. Kyle's amazing at coming in and making halftime adjustments. And I think the Niners win this game, but they don't do it by more than a touchdown. So you've got to tease the Chiefs. I just think that slow start for the Niners is going to stop this game from going over that threshold on the 53 side. So I like the 41 and the 53. I took the 41 for a little more. The Niners score too many points for you to make me believe this game doesn't get to at least 21-20. I mean, there's just no way. But I don't necessarily think it gets all the way up there. I like the game finishing somewhere like 24-17. I think it's a completely reasonable score. That would be exactly the 41. I think you get a little more gravy here, 24-20. You get up to 27-24. You might get up to 30-24, 31-24, maybe. But I don't think we're getting to where we're just crushing it and just, rolling out the 53 side. 55 is about the most I think it can get to. So if I predict the game finishing between 41 and 55, and I can get paid between 42 and 52, yeah, I'll take 10 points to play with on the middle. Why wouldn't I? Knowing that the other leg of that is the Chiefs +8, which is the leg that I just feel insanely confident with, almost as confident as I feel Niners -2. I just don't see a world where the Niners don't win this game. I think it's over. Mahomes overachieved what he should have been able to do this year. I really believe that. I don't think they can win this game unless we give it away. So that's where I'm at. Niners -2, Chiefs +8, and both totals, the over and the under. I think it's right in the middle. I think 47.5 is the perfect number for this game. I really do. I really think it's perfect. So if I think the books have set it perfectly, then I want both sides with the 6 points. I mean, you've got the under being hammered because of the Super Bowl, and a lot of Super Bowls go under. And it's Mahomes, and it's one of the best offenses ever constructed. I can't confidently take the under 47. I can take the 53.
Yeah, I mean, and a game with that kind of offensive firepower on both sides. I mean, it's Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes will find a way to score. He always will. You're not going to shut him down. I mean, obviously, Tom Brady and the Buccaneers shut Mahomes down Super Bowl a couple years ago, but I think that was a little different story.
But even then, Mahomes scored 13. And how many drops were in that game? How many perfect passes did Mahomes throw that got dropped in that game?
A lot of drop passes, but also the Buccaneers defense. Technically was a home game. So the momentum, the crowd noise, the whole just the pumpiness of the fact that Tom Brady hosted a Super Bowl home game, and that Bucs defense just came out with just so much hype because they're playing at home. I mean, obviously we saw the Rams do it. Bucs want to do it as well, and what better than to do it than to beat the next great quarterback to come up, which is Patrick Mahomes. So I just don't see that happening again. That was just a unusual circumstance that happened with Mahomes getting blown out by the Bucs. Niners, I don't see them blowing them out at all. It's going to be a close game. Like I said, I really strongly, I believe if the Niners come out a little shaky in the beginning, maybe get 2 touchdowns the first half, but then we'll lay it on in the second half.
Let's swing it into full gear on the prop bets. We know that's what the people are here for. Everyone came to the Printing Money Podcast because they know we got prop bets going in. This one out. Kick it off for me.
So my favorite prop bet of the game is Juwan Jennings or 14.5 receiving yards. Juwan Jennings has actually averaged over 25 yards receiving in all his dome games this year. So I do like that, and he's averaging over 2.5 catches. So his prop bet is 1.5 catches, 14.5 receiving yards. Juwan Jennings can get 1 catch, 15 yards easy like that. So I really like that a lot. I think he does get, the 1.5 catches, I like that too. 2 catches is very doable for Juwan Jennings. I mean, they're going to find a way to hold down Deebo, Ayuk, and Kittle as much as they can. And that's the Chiefs are going to have to put player coverage on those guys. So that's going to leave up open the hole, a slant route, a post route for Juwan Jennings in there and catch a ball for a first down. Brock Purdy does like Juwan Jennings. He does get the ball, Juwan Jennings. And like I said, it's shown it. in a dome, 25 yards receiving. So you're getting 14.5. That's a good bet. I like that. That's my favorite prop bet.
Yeah, so the reason that Juwan Jennings' yards go up in a prop bet scenario for a dome is because he's not the route runner that Brandon Ayuk is. He's not the route runner that Deebo Samuel is. He's probably not even really the route runner that George Kittle is. So he goes up when he gets the advantage of playing inside versus what he looks like at Santa Clara in the elements, in the weather. He doesn't get all that breakaway that he's going to get inside the dome this week. And I think with all the attention you have to give to CMC and the rest of those guys I just mentioned, yeah, Juwan Jennings absolutely breaks free. His over on yards is pretty easy to me. I like the yards more than the catches, but I'm on them both. I also like Deebo Samuel in this game just in general. So that's where I'm going to go. My favorite prop in this game, Deebo Samuel. Everything Deebo Samuel. Look, Deebo Samuel is one of the most interesting, I'm going to call him gadget, but I don't mean it offensively because he's extremely talented, and normally gadget player is used kind of in the same way that system quarterback is, right? So I'm going to call Deebo a gadget player because he's a gadget player for the San Francisco 49ers, but he's a gadget player with a ton of talent in a system that is the best developed for gadget players and Kyle Shanahan's genius and whatever he can come up with. In big games, in big moments, Deebo shines. Look at his numbers statistically. The problem with Deebo is he plays balls to the wall, all out, 1,000% every single play. And this is why he's hurt all the time. This is the last game of the year. There's no way in the world he doesn't do that in this game. I hope he finishes this game. But if he finishes this game, I think Deebo has over 150 all-purpose yards. I think he's the entire offense. I like Deebo Samuel as the most valuable player for the San Francisco 49ers come Sunday.
Yeah, I completely agree with you on that with Deebo Samuel. I mean, he's averaging 2.4 rush yards attempt per game this season. He's actually averaging 6.1 rushing yards per attempt in 2023 as well. So one prop bet I do really like to add into that, his first carry over 3.5 yards. So you're getting 3.5 yards as his first carry prop bet when he's averaging 6.1 yards per rush attempt. You're getting almost double on that. So the numbers is bet over 3.5 on the first carry for Deebo Samuel. He's also averaging 4.9 rushing yards a game.
Yeah, so I'm over 3.5 carries. I'm over 15.5 rushing yards. I'm over 58.5 receiving yards. I'm on Deebo at 15-1 to win the MVP. I'm on absolutely everything Deebo. And the reason for this is exactly what I just explained, but it's also Christian McCaffrey. I think that Christian McCaffrey ends up being more of a decoy in this game than people want him to be. At least that's the way that I would use him, and I believe that's the way that Kyle's going to try to use him. I try to get into Kyle's head. I've watched a lot of Kyle Shanahan football, right? And Kyle does things from time to time that are somewhat more predictable than he wants them to be in terms of his pivots. And this is one of the things that I get frustrated about and I complain about a lot, especially playoff Kyle, Super Bowl Kyle, etc. He'll try to pivot, but his pivot is obvious, right? And so I think in this case, Andy Reid has to sell out to stop CMC, whether he thinks Kyle's going to pivot or not. Okay? If Kyle pivots, I think the Niners win easily and Deebo's the MVP. If he doesn't pivot and he just stays true to what we've been doing all year and tries to force feed CMC because he's the best player on the planet, which would be understandable, then this bet is dead. That Deebo does not have this game, and McCaffrey probably has a pretty decent day, and we're going to win or lose based on how good of a day that is. But I can't see a world where Kyle chooses not to pivot because Kyle always pivots. So I'm rolling Deebo in this game. I think that's the pivot point. I think it has to be the pivot point. He's the only player with enough talent to pivot to do what CMC normally does for us. I think CMC is a little more of a decoy in this game. He's going to be the workhorse back, of course. He's going to get carries in the red zone for touchdowns, etc. But in between the 20s, all the big end-arounds, screen passes, gadget plays, 15-yard posts, and digs, I think it's all going to Deebo and the Yak, and I think CMC is the decoy on the other side. I just believe that's how the game starts. I believe that's how we try to manufacture points. I think we only abandon that if it's not working.
Yeah, I agree. I 100% agree on that.
So Deebo is my bet across the board. All props, Deebo Samuel. But I'll give a quick pivot here to a guy we mentioned earlier, Juice. Kyle Juszczyk over 3.5 yards. Find it now minus 120. I would go and get that. I can't imagine a big game situation where the most underrated player in the 49ers franchise doesn't record a catch. Brock and Kyle have a huge rapport. He normally gets loose for 7, 8 key yards, third down, something like that in a big game spot. If he gets a catch, it'll be over 3.5 yards. So I think we go Kyle Juszczyk over on the receiving yards after we take Deebo Samuel on everything. I want to move to the defensive side of the ball here for a minute, where I like Nick Bosa and Eric Armstead to record sacks in this game at plus money. Bosa's plus 105, and he doesn't ever not show up in a big game situation. And Eric Armstead's getting plus 175. The fact is, I'm not going to bet Chase Young. He's not had a phenomenal second half to the year. I think the verdict was out in Washington. I argued against it. I thought he was sandbagging it because it was the Commanders, but he's sandbagging it even in the playoffs. So I think Chase Young may try to show up in this game and prove himself after the recent comments, but I can't lay the bet. I'll take Eric Armstead at 175. He's only getting 25 points less juice. You can get a Chase Young at plus 200. I just feel more comfortable with Eric Armstead's effort, and I think the Chiefs have to sell out to stop Bosa. I don't think it's enough. I think Bosa gets one. I think Armstead gets one. I think Mahomes has a longer day than you would expect. The Niners linebackers can play coverage longer than the teams he's been playing against. I know that everyone thought that Hamilton was the key to slowing down Travis Kelce. They give you the key to slowing down Travis Kelce. Fred Warner. Fred Warner's the key to slowing down Travis Kelce. Fred Warner changes his entire game. There's a reason that Fred Warner, in my opinion, is the most valuable member of the San Francisco 49ers, not named CMC. On defense, he's by far our most valuable player. I mean, Fred Warner is the absolute nuts for a coverage middle linebacker. I think the Chiefs have to do a lot of clever things to get Travis Kelce the ball in this game, and I think in doing that, they're going to open themselves up to some sacks.
I like that. I like that a lot. There's some novelty props that I like a lot. Any player over 300 yards passing, plus 105. I think Purdy goes over 300 yards this game. And if not Purdy, then you got Mahomes. So, I mean, I really believe Purdy does over 300 yards. So I think you're getting plus money on one of the quarterbacks over 300 yards. I think one of them do. I also like the first touchdown scorer jersey number, under 19.5. So pretty much when you're betting under 19.5, you're pretty much betting that Kelce and CMC are not the first touchdown scorer. So you're getting Ayuk, you're getting Deebo, you're getting Rashee Rice,
you're getting Kittle.
You're getting the largest lead in the game, 14.5 points. I have under. I don't believe
under.
I don't under will be leading by more than 15 points.
Where is that line? Where'd you get it, and how much was it?
It was minus 130. Novelty props. Minus 130, under 14.5.
So here's the problem. I see it because the 49ers have a field goal problem. We have a field goal problem. He's not good. It's one of the reasons that I think the Chiefs can win this game. And I'm going to be so upset if we lose this game because we didn't just bring back Robbie Gould. It's the stupidest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. And I don't trust this kid at all. So I see a world where, like, first quarter, the Niners come out. Maybe they struggle, right? So first of all, bet I like novelty bet, not to overstate myself here. Both teams are going to defer. You have Kyle Shanahan and you have Andy Reid, probably the two best coaches in the NFL currently. Mike Vrabel and Bill Belichick don't have jobs. So currently the two best coaches in the NFL, right? Both of them think that they're the best in the world at halftime adjustments, and both of them want the ball in the second half. Both teams defer for sure. They both defer a lot anyways. I like tails on the coin toss. Take tails. The Niners are calling the coin toss. Take the Niners to win the coin toss. Take the Niners to defer. Okay? So there is a world here where Mahomes comes out and he gets 3 points, right, on the first drive. Niners play a lot of bend, don't break. We don't break. They get 3 points. Purdy comes down. They stall, and he misses the field goal. I absolutely think there is a world where 3-0 is the final score of the first quarter, and it's the reason that I think that the Chiefs will be up at halftime. Is I then see the Chiefs coming down, probably getting a touchdown. They're up by about 10. The Niners can get a touchdown. We're going to go in the halftime 10-7, 13-7, something like that. And then the second half is going to be a little more explosive. Kyle's going to make some adjustments. Niners are going to come out and take the lead. We'll take the lead at like 14-13. Mahomes will score. Niners score again. And you're sitting there at that 21, 20, 40 point number. And then something's going to give. Somebody's going to win this football game. So I I think there's a world where I don't love that bet just because I don't love our kicker, but I'm just playing devil's advocate.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, what you're saying now, I really hope that doesn't happen because I have the team totals.
It's a game script that I think is plausible, which is why I'm not on the team totals and why I'm not on that bet. I don't think there's anything wrong with the bets. I don't trust our kicker at all, and because I see a path where this happens, I'm out. But I like all the other bets. Look, dude.
Another novelty play I like as well is longest enforced penalty over 15.5 yards.
Yeah, there's going to be a PI for sure. There's going to be a PI on the San Francisco 49ers that goes to Patrick Mahomes over 15.5 yards for sure in this football game. 100%. It's how much?
Minus 145. So I like that a lot. I like over 15 yards. I think a penalty will happen. It will be a PI or 15.5 yards. Because I knew that's what you're betting on. You're betting on a PI. Pretty
of course.
Much.
That's all you can be betting on.
The passer, 15 yards. Everything else, is 15 yards. So I'm definitely betting on a PI to happen, which is very understandable. A total net yards in the game between both teams, over 729.5.
So there's two bets I like that actually have some analysis, and it's first field goal miss going off the right post or the left post. They're both 12-1. I'm going to throw $50 on each of them. They pay $600. And I just think our kicker's bad. I mean, the problem with the bet is you're not getting it from Bucker's side. That's the problem. It has to hit the post, 12-1.
Oh, so if it goes wide right, that's you lose.
You lose. Has to hit the post, 12-1.
And if it hits the post and goes in?
It's got to be a miss, too.
Oh, no. Jesus. That's so good. Boink. Oh, it went right in. Here's another prop I like as well. Total touchdown scored, combined yards, 74.5. So total touchdowns, combined yards, 74.5.
I'm in.
I like a bomb touchdown. I think there's gonna be a bomb touchdown. You have like a 30-yarder, a 20-yarder. You're already more than halfway there. So
this is a bet I always like to take, bro. Length of the national anthem in seconds as sung by Reba McEntire from first singing note until the last note sung. Length in seconds over 90.5. What do we think's happening here with Reba?
I like the under.
Why?
Reba's an older lady. I don't think she has the vocals to go that long. I know it was the end of Brave, and I don't think she can get the Brave out that long. Because usually the Brave goes for a good amount of seconds on average. So I think if you have a younger person doing it, you can get that high note and hold that note and go longer. Where the older the person is, I think it's going to be hard for them to hold that note and have the words Brave go for a long period of time.
So what if I told you that despite the fact that I said there was no analytical data here in my novelty bet, we at the Printing Money Podcast can't do that. I can't do that. Now, when I make bets, I have to have a statistical reason why. It's like an innate problem for me, bro, as you know. Okay, it's an innate problem. So, Reba McEntire's national anthem history. Yeah, I broke the whole damn thing down. You find this on any other podcast, you let me know. Okay? The 2024 Super Bowl is Reba McEntire's first time singing the national anthem at the big game. Okay? But she did the national anthem at the 85 rodeo. She did a national anthem at the 85 World Series, same year, and a national anthem at the 97 World Series. They were, in order, 78 seconds at the rodeo, 66 seconds at the 85 World Series, and 83 seconds almost 20 years ago at the 1997 World Series. Give me $100 right now, because that's the max bet I can place on the national anthem under Reba McEntire.
Yeah, I like that a lot. Wow, that's some good stats you got there.
That's what I do, bro. That's what I do. So I'm on the Reba McEntire national anthem. You guys should get on Reba. We're going under on the anthem. All right, let's check out a few more prop bets. There's a horse collar penalty, plus 640, that there will be a horse collar penalty. I'm saying yes. Yes is plus 640. There will be a horse collar penalty. No is minus 2,200. I will risk $50 to win, at 6-1.
I mean, horse colors happen a lot, so why not?
We have the Taylor Swift to be shown on TV in the first 5 minutes after kickoff. Must be in attendance for opening kickoff. Patrick Mahomes Sr. will not be driving her to the game. That's in the bet. Minus 130. Yes to T Swift. First 5 minutes. Absolutely, right?
I mean, you gotta assume yes.
I mean, absolutely. I'm all over the T Swift. I'm putting the max on that too. T Swift is getting shown, bro. Come on. And it says she must be in attendance. So, like, if the jet runs late or the Eras Tour goes over, nobody cares. She's getting shown anyways. Let's talk about the Super Bowl Gatorade color for a minute. Are you ready?
Go for it.
Here was a look at the opening Super Bowl Gatorade color odds. The interesting part about it, purple was getting the least amount of money, right? Plus 225. Clear is getting the most at plus 1,000. Uniform color used to play a big role in setting the line for the Gatorade odds, as the hue of the sports drink was thought by many to coincide with the color of the winning team, right? In this case, red would be the thing. But I got to be honest, I don't think red is going to happen. It seems too obvious to me. It's also like a cursed color when it comes to the Super Bowl. It's not appeared in a Super Bowl celebration bath ever. Just, you know, red has never been the color. Is that crazy to you?
Wow.
Yeah.
Orange. I saw orange.
Orange is normally the favorite. Orange has appeared more than any other color since 2001. It's been there 5 times. The Chiefs back, obviously, last year. It was purple that showed up last year as the long shot winner. 3 years ago when they won, it was orange that was dumped on Andy Reid. Orange was plus 400 just prior to kickoff of the NFL Super Bowl that year. I don't know, man. It's interesting. They're not going purple back to back. Can we be real? We had blue. Rams coach Sean McVay. Blue made sense. I was on blue that year. It was plus 310. I thought that was a pretty easy bet. I'll just run it down for you. Last year it was purple plus 1,000. Then it was blue plus 310. Tampa Bay, it was blue plus 650. Kansas City in 2020 when they beat the Niners last time, orange plus 400. New England Patriots was blue plus 150. Philadelphia Eagles was yellow. New England Patriots, there was no Gatorade color. That's interesting. Denver orange. New England blue, orange, none. Purple, orange, orange. So, and then clear happened 4 times between 05 and 08. Clear Gatorade happened. It has not been seen since 2008. But right now, it is plus 1,000. Now, the Niners are wearing white in this football game, and I believe the Niners are going to win this football game, and I believe it's going to be because Kyle Shanahan's vision of Brock Purdy was clear when he told Jed York that Purdy was the best quarterback on the roster 2 years ago when we had Jimmy Garoppolo and Trey Lance there. He told him in preseason Purdy was the best quarterback on the roster. I believe because of that clear vision, we are in the Super Bowl right now. And when we win the Super Bowl, our vision will have been made clear. So I'm going with clear Gatorade plus 1,000. Bitty Bones throwing on there right now. Let's go. Clear, baby. Making a comeback for the first time in 16 years. Commercial to play first. BMW or Coors Light?
Coors Light.
I agree. It's only minus 130, right? I mean, here's my deal. Nobody's rushing out the first quarter with 6 minutes left to go buy a BMW, right? Yeah. But you are absolutely going to the fridge to get a Coors Light, and I think that people want to be reminded of that. I think that the Coors Light's going to remind everyone to go to their bar, they're going to watch the game, and buy a Coors Light. Minus 130. Lock it in. I'm in. Okay? Let's talk about Usher's first song at halftime. So, here are the options Usher could start with, and these are in order of juice percentage, right? So the first song I mentioned being the most likely, the last song I mentioned being the least likely, and they go up exponentially. And I've got an idea because it's Vegas. I have a feeling on this. But My Way, plus 100. Oh my God, plus 145. Yeah, plus 430. The DJ has got us falling in love, plus 850. Everything else is over, plus 1,000. We've got Love in This Club. You Got It Bad. You Remind Me. Burn. Confessions, which it's absolutely not going to be. And You Make Me Wanna at plus 2,300. What do you think Usher kicks off Super Bowl halftime with?
It's got to go in the first 3. I mean, there's no way they're going to have a bet like that unless it's the first three.
So here's my problem. The other ones are all love songs, okay? He's not going to play a love song to kick off a set about the Super Bowl. I think the answer is OMG.
Yeah, it's a Little John and Ludacris.
I know, and I think that is going to be a thing, but I don't think it's going to be the start of the show. I think it's the close of the show. Coming into the stadium, for sure, because it's like, oh my God, I'm here, right? That's for sure the song, bro. I'm betting it. It's plus 135.
I actually like that. I hear the crowd noise in the background.
As he's like coming into the stadium, right?
Yes. I like OMG. Wait, you could bet that?
Yeah, you can bet that, baby. Let's go. I'm in. Plus 135. Lock it in.
Or on...
No, this is all in Vegas.
Oh, it's on Vegas.
These are all Vegas novelty props that I can bet at the casino. These are all bets I looked up online, novelty bets that you can find at the casino. Let's talk about the proposal prop, the big one, baby. All eyes to be on Travis and Taylor, but can they pop the question?
I think it's a no because I think the only way it happens is if the Chiefs win Super Bowl. And I don't think the Chiefs win Super Bowl.
I got to be honest, I don't think it matters the Chiefs win the Super Bowl. They're celebrities. They've been together for like no time at all. Travis Kelce's not going to ask this woman to marry him. He's not going to jeopardize his relationship with Taylor Swift for a publicity stunt. I honestly think that she would be embarrassed by it. It doesn't strike me as her type of thing. I think they've probably already talked about it. And of course, there's been this damn report all week about it. So it's been brought up. It's like, I just don't see it happening. I think he's actually into the relationship. I think it's insane. I think it's free money. But it's minus 190. So I don't know. I'm even going to bet it. He would have to like win MVP. Can you see a world where Kelce wins MVP instead of Mahomes? I can't.
Yeah, no, I can't.
I don't like it at all. How many times will Miss Taylor Swift be shown on television? Over 4.5 is minus 175. Under 4.5 is plus 130. Now, mind you, it's the Super Bowl. There's a lot of celebrities to point out. A shitload of celebrities to point out. Does she really get shown 5 times?
Yeah. I don't know about that.
She does if they win. She gets shown in the after party 12 times. Because it doesn't say only during regulation. Some of these bets are staggering. But I think that's going to do it for us here at the Printing Money Podcast. I'm going to put in some of these novelty bets. We like the Niners -2. We're a big fan of the Chiefs +8 and the over 41. I tried to hedge the middle and took the under at 53 as well, but we like the over more. We're on Debo, all things Debo, including 15-1 most valuable player Debo Samuel. We are on quite a few things for Isaiah Pacheco, like a touchdown, but we're probably on the under for his yards. We're on a Travis Kelce touchdown. We are on a Brandon Ayuk over for yards. He is the best Niners receiver against man coverage. My boy Big Al, all over the over. Jawan Jennings, he thinks he's going to have over 15 yards in this one. Use check over 3.5 receiving yards. We're going to have CMC not doing a whole lot in this one. He's the decoy, guys. We don't have any of CMC's props. I'm sorry. It's okay. That's where we're at. I mean, there's not a whole lot more going on. I got George Kittle's over. Did we miss anything? Is there anything you want to add for the people? Pretty much his last football show until the draft.
There is a cross-sport prop that I came across. Very interesting. Okay. My bio, total rebounds. Can have more rebounds in the game against the Celtics or more first quarter points as Super Bowl.
I like Bam Adebayo to have more rebounds against the Celtics. Bam Adebayo plays for the Miami Heat. I think that he is going to get 10.5 rebounds against the Celtics. I think there might be a maximum of 10 points scored in the first quarter of the NFL Super Bowl on Sunday. So
I'm hoping for 10-7, so that's 14 for me. But even I got to find out what his rebounds average per game is.
Yeah.
Then another one is Jimmy Butler versus Celtics to have more points than the total points scored in the first half.
I like the under. Bam Adebayo. I like that Jimmy Butler's going to have more points too. I think the basketball guys outperform the football guys, man. I like those bets. I'm in on those bets.
You're like over in rebounds.
For my co-host, I want to thank you for what's been a tremendous season. He is at Big Al Poker everybody right there at Big Al Poker. Go ahead and click, like, subscribe. Help my boy out. I'm your host, Travis Cochran, Printing Money Podcast. We will be here all year long. Don't worry. We got baseball coming. We got hockey. We got basketball. We got all kinds of fun things to talk about besides the NFL. But I'll be back soon. I'll be back in just a couple weeks celebrating the San Francisco 49ers Super Bowl 58 victory, baby. Let's go, Brock. Let's get it done.
Bang, bang, bang.
Bang, bang, Niners gang. That'll be a wrap on the NFL season for us here at the Printing Money Podcast. Thank you as always. Please leave us a comment. Let us know what color Gatorade you drink. Is it purple? I don't think so. Subscribe. We'll be back soon. I've got a lot of information coming for you guys. It's been a wonderful season. Big things coming next. Thank you all. Sports betting. It's not just a game. Here, Printing Money. It's an art. Have a good one, everyone.